going on that side. What? I think so. Yeah. Okay. What now? Oh. Oh. Got it. Oh, I think they're going to try to put everyone on this side. I'll try not to spit. Did she? Well, I only have 15 handouts, so no more than 15 people can show up. I could only get 15 handouts made because the copy machine here is not working, so I had to ask Tom if he could help me at his office make some copies. I technically have 16 if someone needs one, one more. No, 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 no. I need you to have a handout. It's interactive. Mm-hmm. Marge, you can't be thankful until after the presentation. Okay? Yeah. Hey, Eric, are you gonna time it on your? Okay. Do you want me to get? Well, people aren't in here yet. What? Have Laurel do it. Can Laurel do it? Okay, are we ready to start? Because my husband is giving me signals from above. So, okay. 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 Hello, everybody. This is kind of like Wednesday night class, sort of, just like that, except in a much larger room. So there's that. Well, first I want to say Happy Veterans Day. I know that we're all appreciative of our vets. My sister is a veteran, and I really appreciate her and all that she did in her service, along with all the other vets. So I did want to get that out there. Am I loud enough? Yes? Yeah? Okay. Well, the first thing I want to point out is that you all have a handout. It's not the slides. I didn't give you just the slides to look at. So you can follow along. It doesn't follow the slides exactly, but it does give you some things to think about when you leave here tonight. So it gives you some questions to ask yourself and some action items to work on during the week. So for example, the first question is going to be about one of the slides, and then it's going to give you an action item to do something that relates to that idea in the presentation. Make sense? And then there's going to be a point in which I ask you to do something on here. The pages are not numbered, but it is the page right before the reference page that you'll need. And if everyone, so I also brought pens, so everyone could have a pen, keep the pen, whatever. Okay, so thank you all for coming this evening. All of you know me, my name is Lisa Light, and I will be talking about thankfulness this evening. I would like to thank the Presby women for asking me to do this presentation, even though I never ever volunteered to be the liturgist. And I especially want to thank Lana Henderson because you really did help me get my presentation together and give me some good ideas. And I want to thank Tom Henderson for helping me make the copies tonight as well. So thank you. So now let's open in prayer. Dear God, thank you for your amazing power and work in our lives. Thank you for your goodness and for your blessings over us. Thank you that you are able to bring hope through even the toughest of times, strengthening us for your purposes. Thank you for your great love and care. Thank you for your mercy and grace. Thank you that you are always with us and will never leave us. Thank you for your incredible sacrifice so that we might have freedom and life. Forgive us when we don't thank you enough for who you are, for all that you do, for all that you've given to us. Renew our spirits, fill us with your peace and joy. We give you praise and thanks, for you alone are worthy. Amen. Okay. So we have a slideshow to go along with the presentation tonight to make it a little bit more visually interesting. Initially, things were going to bounce in and sparkle in, and we can't figure out how to do that up here. So everything is just going to be all there at the slide at once, so that's okay. So the first slide, thankfulness, the what, who, and when of it. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about are some Bible verses. I only have a couple up here. The first is Psalms 136. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. The next verse that I have listed is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Now, I'm not an expert on the Bible. I'm not a pastor. I'm just a lay person that tries to pass along information now and then. But I did look up how many times the Bible talks about thankfulness, and the best answer that I could find was over 100 times, something like 102 times in the Old Testament and something like 71 times in the New Testament. So clearly, God is trying to tell us something. He is trying to tell us that we need to live our lives full of gratitude and full of thankfulness. So that is what this evening is about. Okay, before we start talking about this slide, this is where I want you to go to your sheet in your handout that looks like you're going to write a letter, because you are. Okay? You all have this handout. It looks like a letter. It has a date. You can put the date on it. You can put someone's name there. You can put whatever you want to there. I want everyone to turn to that page where it looks like a letter. It's being written, and take 5 minutes to write a letter to someone that you are thankful to or for, and why. Okay? Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be fancy, just somebody that you're grateful to or thankful to. I'm sorry if you're watching online and the silence is awkward. I just want to give everyone a few minutes to get this done. If you are watching this online and you'd like a handout, you can stop by the church sometime this week and you can pick up a handout here. Okay, if you're still writing, that's okay. Keep writing. I'm going to go ahead and continue. Next slide, Eric. Okay, so you can see this slide says, wow, I have something in my glass. Okay, so they say that you can divide the world into two types of people. Those people who have their glasses as half full, and those people who have their glasses as half empty. I don't see this optimism or pessimism. I like to think it's just about being thankful that you have something in your glass, okay? So instead of one or the other, wow, I have something in my glass, okay? Doesn't matter if it's half full or half empty, there's something there that God has blessed me with. I have a sister that I just talked to you about who's a veteran. Well, my sister has 4 kids. She's a very busy young woman. Okay. And every night at bedtime, she has them in their day by saying something that they're grateful for. Now, a few weeks ago, one of my nephews said that he was grateful for the Halloween walk that our church put on here. And I thought that was great, and I actually sent that message to somebody who helped put this together. Because I thought, wow, that is awesome, and I want to share that gratitude with the person who worked so hard to put it all together. So when you're being grateful for something or you're saying thank you for something, it can really be anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a great, big, huge thing. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, thank you, I just got a new car, which, by the way, didn't, but, this is an example. It can be anything. What we are thankful for is less important than making that list itself. Make the list. Write that letter. Be audacious about it. We're in the season to do it. When we take that moment to think about what we are thankful for, that is when we realize how much we have. And I know it's hard to do. It's hard for me to do sometimes. But when we do it, it makes us want to do it again and again. Have you ever been in a drive-thru and the person in front of you bought your meal? Right. What does that make you want to do? Don't you want to buy the person behind you, and then it goes on and on, maybe half a day at the drive-thru. So when we're thankful for it, we realize it, we keep doing it again and again. So what is the actual definition of thankfulness? Thankfulness defined is a feeling or attitude that acknowledges a benefit or gift that you have. Also, we use other words to express thankfulness. We say gratitude, we say appreciation, whatever, they're all interchangeable. It all means the same thing, that we're thankful. What should we be thankful for? Okay. First and foremost, we should always be thankful for God's goodness to us. And again, I think it's often easy for us to put that on the back burner or put it farther down on our list. But we all know that it should be at the top of our list, to be thankful for God's goodness to us. God is good all of the time, and he is good to everyone, and his love and blessings are for all people. It's easy to forget that. It's easy to be judgy sometimes of others, and complacent as a person or a Christian, but we need to remember that God's love is for all of us, and it's there all of the time for every single person, and that's the most important thing that we should be thankful for. But there are lots of other things that God has blessed us with in our lives to also be thankful for. So we're going to talk about some of those in the next few slides. The first one, of course, is life. And again, I don't think I ever think, thank you for my life, God. I don't think I've ever really expressed that. But I found this quote by Meister Eckhart that said, if the only prayer you said in your whole life was thank you, that would suffice. Sometimes we just need to humble ourselves and think about who we really are and what the things are that we are really thankful for. That one small act of just humbling yourself can remind you of all the positive things in your life and the lives around you. It can turn bad things into good things, and it can remind us what is really important. In the world that we live in, we think a lot of things are important. We think that new car would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. We think having the latest style of clothes or shoes would be nice, okay? But really, when we really humble ourselves and really think about what we need to be grateful for, it's probably not the clothes or the shoes. It's probably something more near and dear to our hearts than that. And one of those things is our life that God has blessed us with. The next thing, of course, is family. We're entering into the holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, and it can be a really stressful time for a lot of people because there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on, and because we spend a lot of extra time with our families during the holidays. And that's not always easy for everybody. It's not. I know with my family, we have some difficulties going on. We can't always get along. We can't always all even be in the same room. However you define it, though, your family is a vital support network. It provides us with love and care, sympathy and support, and words of encouragement and kindness. My family is up there tonight helping put on this presentation. My husband makes sure to be home from work at a decent hour to make sure that he could help me run through this a few times. My daughter is up there helping him, and I really do appreciate that this is a family event for all of us, that they're all here helping out. Ian's not here, but he said, hey. Families are all unique. They come with their own traditions, and then, of course, they come with their own problems. That can make it really easy for us to take advantage or take granted our families. Who better to bear the brunt of our discontentment than our families, right? It's easy not to thank our families, but we need to remember that they are ours. Our families belong to us, the good and the bad. And we need to be thankful for that, because who else is going to accept us exactly the way we are, flaws and all? If there's something yucky about you, your family knows about it, and they still love you. They still love you. Friends. Friends is next. Okay. Aren't our friends really just an extension of our families? The good thing about the friends, though, this time we get to choose. We get to choose who our friends are. I went online, of course, to look up why we should be grateful for our friends. I looked that up. And there are all kinds of lists telling you why people are thankful for their friends. And I actually put a few of them on your handout, some of the websites that you could look, but really all you gotta do is type in, why should I be grateful for my friends? And millions of lists pop up. There are serious lists, there are funny lists, there are lists that make you laugh, there are lists that make you cry. The good thing about our friends is that they love us for who we are, and they listen. And we don't need to have 100 friends. If we have a handful of good friends, we are so blessed, and we should be so thankful for that. I have a lot of really good friends, but I have one friend in particular that lives up in Chicago, and her name is Tina. And we've been friends, I don't know, about 18 years probably. And when I need to vent, I call Tina. When I really need to vent about something, Tina is the person I call. Tina doesn't judge me. She doesn't correct me. She doesn't interrupt me. She just listens. And trust me when I say we do not agree about everything, because we absolutely do not. But she never tells me I'm wrong, or my ideas are stupid, or she doesn't agree with me. She just listens. And when I get off the phone with her, I feel loved. I feel privileged to have a friendship like that. And I have several friends like that I could tell you about. And they all make me very thankful to be friends with them. And a lot of these women I've been friends with for 20, 30, that's all I'm willing to own up to. 20 or 30 years now. And I plan on being friends with them for the next 45 or 50 years. So I am thankful for that. Okay. Give us this day our daily bread. Food. We eat it every day. We eat it to live. We eat it to feel good. We eat it to socialize. We eat it to make ourselves feel better. Chocolate ice cream, anybody? Okay. Sometimes we just eat it to snack on. In a world where we produce enough food to feed everyone, 1 in 9 people go to bed without eating every single night. 1 in 9. I had no idea until I looked that up, 1 in 9. So truly, we should be thankful for food. It is a gift. It is a gift to us. And I know some of you probably say grace over your meals. I can't say that I'm very good about doing that, mostly because we're not usually all home at the same time for dinner anymore. We don't say grace when we go out to a restaurant and pray over our food. We are just your typical family, eating and not thinking about it. But truthfully, we should be thankful for that gift that God has provided us. Speaking of water, excuse me just a minute. Clean water. This is something that I think definitely we take for granted. And not just clean water. I take for granted clean ice too. Okay? My ice maker stopped working this week, and I'm not very happy about it. So I went to buy ice. That's how much I needed ice, and I poured it into my ice maker until we can get someone there to fix it. That's how spoiled we are, aren't we? I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Europe, but they don't use ice over there, and it's really inconvenient. So, water. It is an essential element of life. I found this statistic online. Around 11% of the world's population does not have access to an improved water source. And we're familiar with that here through Marian Medical, trying to provide wells through through the church, the Presby women. So we, I think, here in this church, do realize the significance and how privileged we are to have access to clean water that cleanses us, that refreshes us, that reinvigorates us. How blessed we are for that. So just a couple things that we do every single day, that we eat and drink every single day, that we may not think too much about, but that we need to be thankful for. Okay. One of my personal favorites, thankful for knowledge. Okay. You guys remember these? This is a very thin one. Encyclopedia. Okay. This is a World War II encyclopedia. This was my dad's set, and lucky my mom gave it to my son. So this is in my house. We don't ever get this out and look at it because we don't need to. But do you remember, who in here, raise your hand if you had that encyclopedia set growing up? Yeah, okay. Do you remember how exciting that was? When your parents bought that encyclopedia set, you didn't have to go to the library. You could tell your friends you had your own encyclopedia set. I know the really young people may not understand this, but it was a big deal to have that encyclopedia set. Knowledge gives us belief. It gives us belief. And I don't know about you guys, but it excites me. I love to learn new things. I love to do research. If you look at the back of this handout, there's 2 pages of references. That's not even everything that I looked at. Those are just the ones that I made put on the sheet. We don't have those encyclopedias in our homes anymore today, unless you've got a set like this laying around someplace. But we still have knowledge available to us, don't we? Right here, at our fingertips. And I know that technology can be a double-edged sword. There's good and there's bad. But right now I want to focus on the good of it. And I love being able to look something up and being able to research it and being able to answer questions for my kids or my nieces and my nephews or myself when I'm watching a TV show and I want to look up the ending before I get there. Knowledge. I know, I love it. I love it. Good health. I'm actually going to show you a video about good health, but first I want to add one thing before we get to the video. In 1968, scientists did a study on nuns. It's called the Nun Study. I don't know if any of you have heard, who's heard of the Nun Study? A couple people? Okay. So the Nun Study studied just around 700 American nuns. And they started studying these nuns, I think, around the age of like 65 to 75 or something like that when they started to study them. But many of them had been keeping journals since they were young women when they first entered into the convent. They had kept journals. So they studied hundreds and hundreds of these women's journals. And what they found was a positive correlation between gratitude and longevity, and gratitude and staying healthy as you got older as well. So the positive emotional content in those women's autobiographies was strongly associated to longevity 6 decades after they wrote about it. 6 decades after they wrote about it. So the gratitude that you show in your life now is going to have an effect on you for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. I just find that to be a fascinating study. They also found that the women who were more positive and who were more eloquent in their writings were much less likely to develop Alzheimer's. I think it was 10% compared to 80% of the nuns who had written negatively in their diaries over the years. So think about that. What you do today, what you thank God for today, affects you for the rest of your life. So I have a video to show you about some other positive health benefits of showing gratitude.
Research shows that adopting an attitude of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful, can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer, hold a door for a stranger, or simply smile more, and you'll probably feel better, as kindness and giving are connected to gratitude. Similar positive brain changes can occur from regular meditation and mindfulness. Keep a daily gratitude journal using an old-fashioned notebook or a high-tech app. The science is clear. Give gratitude a go. You'll be thankful you did.
Okay, so a lot of positive health benefits to showing gratitude, and I think I tried to list those in your handout so you could see them. So, enhanced sleep, lower blood pressure, more positive social relationships. I don't even know all of them that he just listed. They're all in your handout though. So lots and lots of reasons to show gratitude and improve your health, okay? Eric wanted me to include this slide. Actually, Eric snuck this in, okay? I changed it a little bit. He snuck it in. We need to be thankful for our pets. How many of you in here have pets? Yeah, okay. Our pets are our best friends, or our spouses maybe, okay? They do bring us a lot of joy, and they ask for very little in return. Our dogs ask for bacon in return. And when we're out of bacon, they like scrambled eggs. And even though they may hog that space in bed between you and your partner, when I roll over, I have a Shih Tzu up against me. We are very thankful for them. They're awesome. Okay. All right, so we talked a lot about the what of thankfulness, so now we're going to move on to the who of thankfulness. I found this quote: feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. With the holiday season right around the corner, this quote has particular meaning. It's one of the few times of the year that we actually do encourage each other to let people know how we feel about them. So if you have gratitude that you need to share with somebody that maybe you have just put it off or not gotten around to it or haven't had time, do it. Just go do it. Who should see our thankfulness? Everyone. Everyone should see our thankfulness. And I know this is easier said than done. It can be really scary to put yourself out there. It's scary for me to be up here right now doing this in front of everybody and online. Okay? This is not, I'm a teacher. This isn't like teaching. This is a little bit different for me. It's more of a presentation style. I've been worked up about it. You have to do things scared, okay? You have to let loose of your control once in a while. And it can be hard to say thank you if you're not used to saying thank you. It can be hard to say to someone, gosh, I really appreciate that you did that for me. It can be hard for some people to do that. You have to do it scared. The bonus to this is that when we express to the people around us our thankfulness to God, they learn who God is. That is how they learn. That's how they learn who God is, because they know that you love them, love him. He must be worthy of their love too. And they are worthy of his love for sure. So, share your thankfulness with everybody. Anyone that you can think of. I just threw a bunch of words on here. Police officers, your partner, your co-workers, the guy who opened the door for you today, that person that returned your cell phone, your brother, your wife, the nurses, everybody. Anytime that you can express gratefulness, and people appreciate it. Gosh, have you ever told someone thank you for something and it just makes their day? Their whole day. They just smile. You can see them physically relax. It makes you happy, it makes them happy, and it makes God happy. So, now I want to talk about that letter that you wrote earlier. It can be, we just said this, it can be really hard to express gratitude in public. But I would like for somebody, anybody, to share their letter with everyone here and share their gratitude. Is there anyone who's willing to do that? Like, everyone looks at Katie. Katie, are you willing to do that? I will bring you the mic. Okay. Hello. Hello, hello. Is this on? Yeah.
So no secret, my family has been through every sort of imaginable thing lately. So my first thought was, dear First Presbyterian. I said, I am thankful for all the ways you have shown my family love. Thank you for being our people. I have been overwhelmed with this feeling of love and support and care, and for that I will always be grateful for you, each and every one of you.
Anyone else who would like to share?
This is what Joe wrote to Katie, to Pastor Katie. Thank you for being you. You are a unique individual. You are full of energy and spunk. Your life has taken a lot of directions, and you always come through with a smile. I'm so glad you chose to come to Effingham. When all this COVID stuff is over, I'm positive that this church will thrive with you as our leader. Again, thank you for being you.
I love that. That's awesome. You're awesome, Katie. Anna, did you want to share?
And I didn't get to write it all, so I'll just say it off the top of my head. We can all say, it's been a year. And with my health, we've made it at a year. And I have to say, thank God to my family and to my husband, who gave me the strength, courage, and continue to say, yes, you can do this. And also, I want to thank again my church family. I just don't know what I would have done without you all, the prayers, the cards, just everything. It just meant so much to me. And I don't want to say I want everyone to go through this to have that type of love. But at the same time, thanks again, and thanks be to God. I mean, prayers were, I know it's not right to say some are answered and some aren't, but another thing for me to say, please walk in his light and do what he would want us to do.
Thank you for sharing, for those that you did, and you did that bravely and audaciously. Thankfulness. The wind of thankfulness. The wind of thankfulness. I had to find my place. So we have covered the what we should be thankful for, to whom we should share our thanks. So the next question is, when should we be thankful? When should we be thankful? In all circumstances. God has commanded us to be thankful in all circumstances. And listen, I know that it's the easiest to be thankful in calm waters. Kids made good grades? Check. Laurel finished semester exams? Check. Enough food on the table? Check. High-speed internet? Check, check. Okay? It's easy to be thankful when everything's going good, when there's no drama, there's no difficulty. But we forget to be thankful for our troubles. When we need God most, and when we need to be thanking him probably the most, is when we are having difficulty, because he is still there with us when we are having difficulty. But that tends to be the time when we forget to still be thanking God. So the next few slides are from a line from a poem. And actually a lot of the slides that I did tonight are from lines from a poem, and I put the poem in your handout. Okay? So these next few slides I'm just going to read, and I just listen. Okay? Be thankful you do not have everything you desire. What would there be to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something, for it gives you the opportunity to learn. Be thankful for the difficult times. During those times you grow. Be thankful for your limitations. They give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for new challenges, because it will help build your strength and character. Be thankful for your mistakes. They will teach you valuable lessons. Hey, Eric has too. I love that picture. Yeah. Be thankful when you are tired and weary, because it means you have made a difference. Be thankful in all circumstances. Okay, Eric Joe. Okay. So this evening we've spent talking about thankfulness, and I don't know if people came here expecting to hear about thankfulness or Thanksgiving or the holidays. It all kind of goes hand in hand, that we need to learn to show more gratitude, all of us, especially me. I appreciate that you all came out this evening. I hope you're inspired to spread thankfulness and gratefulness and gratitude, and to be appreciative of all God's blessings. And remember to do it audaciously and to do it scared. I do have a video that I want to show you before you leave, but before we play the video, does anyone have anything they want to add? Any questions or comments? Anything at all? Okay. Well, I want to leave you on a really positive note. So there is a great video that Eric is going to play for you. And I want to remind everyone that next Wednesday our presentation is on 3 ways to manage stress. Go ahead, Eric.
So let's be real. Some days are hard. So I made this list of awesome things I'm thankful for. Yeah. Sometimes I need reminding that things are not all that bad. So I wanted to share a few because you guys are my friends. It's great to be alive. And here's some reminders why. First one, bubble wrap. When cats do their tongue, like this. I'm also thankful for the little paw pads that the cats and dogs have and the sound it makes. Oh, man. I love them. Hey, turn that back on. No. Change it. Ah, there, that's better. Music is magical. It can make anything better. Right music can make a video better. The same goes with life. Singing. I like Paw Pats. Singing. If something's boring, just sing it, and that will make it better. Watching paint dry. It's really cool. Old people who still hold hands. Clouds that look like stuff. One time I saw a cloud that looked like an airplane, and I realized it was an airplane. Imagination. Without it, we wouldn't have airplanes, no internet, pants. We gotta wear them, because if we didn't, it would be sort of awkward. Pants. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sleep. Clothes with funny names, like Windbreaker. Birthday cake. No reason at all cake, just cake. Sorry, we filmed this while I was hungry. Forgiveness. I'm Kid President, but I ain't perfect. Ain't a word. We all mess up, come on. Don't mess up and forget to forgive all the mess ups. Thankful plants undergo photosynthesis, using the energy from the sun to convert carbon dioxide to oxygen, providing us with the air we need to do things like this. I'm bored. Morgan Freeman's voice. Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm working on it. My voice is changing, but it hasn't changed that much. Food, taco, burger. I know, I already said food, but this is my list and my rules. Happiness. Sadness. Sad isn't bad. It helps you know what you care about. People. Sometimes people can be really people-y, but we need each other. Life's better with people in it. Family, friends, you, just being alive. Sometimes we forget how it's just great to be alive. We're breathing. Some days are tough, but we got a lot to be thankful for. We just have to look for it sometimes. They say if you have food in your fridge, clothes on your back, and a place to sleep, you're richer than 75% of the world. I did not know that. So what would you add to the list? Let me know. Share this video with someone you're really thankful for. Oh, and of course, also this. Dancing! Brad and I are thankful for all of you. Seriously, thanks for giving us and the whole world a reason to dance. So what are you thankful for? Let me know. KP out. Keep going. I call this move the stovetop stuffing.
Okay. I hope that made you smile. Thank you for all coming tonight. Have a good evening.